welcome back to my YouTube channel, and this has always been MIMINEL'S Diary, Realities and Perceptions. What I think, what you think, the reality of what is and the way forward. And if this is your first time coming across my videos, please don't forget to go through each and every video I have uploaded and give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you find my videos useful. And for those who have been sharing my videos, thank you so very much. Thank you. I want to use this opportunity to wish you guys a very wonderful new month of March. January, February, well, we had our testimonies, we had good and bad days, and all are there to serve us lessons. So for those who are in low spirit, don't give up. There is still hope. In as much as there is life, there is hope, and there is always light at the end of the tunnel. Hard days are normal, and there are also happy days which are normal. So it has to be a 50-50 game. You can't be happy all the time. There are days when sadness and sorrows or maybe disappointments may step in, but that doesn't stop you from being who you are. Keep being who you are. And as for February, we limited our topics to love and marriage, dates, and how to keep the flame in your marriage or keep the spark in your marriage burning. And I'm so grateful for those who shared their views. I'm so grateful to all those who took out time to follow our videos every time we uploaded them and share them. Thank you so very much for the support, guys. I don't know what this small girl did to deserve the love I got from you all, but I'm grateful to each and every one of you. And for those of you who have not subscribed, please don't forget to do so. Just hit the subscribe button below and the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload my videos. March comes with important dates like the Women's Day, the Teachers' Day. So we're going to have random topics on societal issues in this month of March. And for this particular episode of the show, for those of you who have missed it, please share this video as much as you can so that those who have missed can actually get something from here. So today I'm going to talk about parenting, but I'm going to limit it to the mother aspect of parenting. A lot of us know that the mom has the sole responsibility of childbearing. She brings forth the child after intercourse. Yes, the mom has a responsibility to bear the child, and majority of the times, like 80% of the nurturing responsibility goes to the mom, except in cases where maybe the mother is dead, or maybe there's a separation in family and other things like that, where the dad has to take up those roles of nurturing. But 80% of nurturing roles are being done by the mom, the mother of the child. So whatever the child becomes or whatever the child is partly, I said partly, because there are times when you give birth to a child, but that doesn't guarantee that no matter the training they get, they are going to eventually become what you want them to be. There are other aspects that affects a child's upbringing, like pressure from peers, social gatherings and other things, religion, so those kind of things. But majority of the time, if a child goes wrong or if a child becomes bad, the responsibility is handed to the mom and another pikin. In most African homes, the good one na papa own, the wowo one na mommy own. So I'm sure it's very common for some of us to have heard that in our homes. So majority of the times, when a child goes wrong or when a child becomes bad, the attributes are being linked or the blame is given to the mom. So today I'm going to talk about 3 types of mothers. And for those of you who are pregnant, those of you who already have children, you can easily identify where you fall in these 3 categories. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back as we dig deep into the topic. Welcome back to this episode of the show. And I earlier mentioned before the break that we are going to look at 3 types of mothers. Please watch till the end and be able to decipher which category of mothers you fall into. And for those of you who fall into one of the very negative categories, I'm really hoping that this video comes as an eye-opener for you, so you change the way you parent your kids or you grow up your kids. I'm not here to shade anybody. I'm simply here for an awareness campaign, and that is what all my videos have been about. This video is simply a shout out or a call out to all moms who have been neglecting their children in one way or the other. You may have been doing it ignorantly without knowing. A lot of youths are giving birth these days. So I'm just here trying to give you an awareness of how to go about it. And for the moms who have been watching me, thank you all so very much. Thank you so very much for taking out your time to watch me. I pray this video comes as an eye-opener for you in your home, and maybe you learn to treat your children differently if there have been any lapses in parenting. So without any further waste of time, we are going to take point number 1, or the very first type of mother. The very first type of mother we have in every society is the laissez-faire or absentee mother. This type of mother is there, practically she is there, physically she is there, but happens to be absent in a lot of vital processes in the upbringing of their child. What do I mean by this? A lot of times the mother is in the home, but a lot of times the child faces challenges or has to make important decisions for themselves without the consent or guidance of their parents. Now, in a case where a mother seems to be there, but is absent in the child's upbringing, this may happen either because the mother is too concentrated on herself. In other cases, she might be transferring some aggression, maybe from the dad to the children. She might be angered or pained by whatever she and her spouse may have gone through. So she tends to transfer the aggression to the children and just let them live their life, let them do what they want, take important decisions for themselves, and is not concerned of the repercussions, be it good or bad. In another case, it may be a situation of work, where it is very common in the Cameroonian setting where you find that there are government workers who are being transferred out of town. That is an absentee mother. In that case where a mother is forced to work out of town and away from the family, it is only right for the mother to ensure that she constantly checks on her family. That is why we have mobile phones, which has made communication very easy. It is okay for the mother to call every now and then to verify if the children are okay. Or better still, she ensures that she gets a maid or a family relative who can take better care of her children in her absence. That way, the absence of the mom is not really felt by the children because they can easily reach her on phone and they can easily discuss their day-to-day activities. But in a negative scenario, the mother is present yet absent. The children are allowed to do whatever they want, be it good or bad. She covers up for the evils or the mistakes of their children. She doesn't correct them. She doesn't deem it necessary to teach these children the basics of life. So they grow up experiencing life from the outside world, and she's not concerned with whatever comes with these actions. That is why it is common for you to find that a child may probably go out there to steal, and the mother comes in. Instead of correcting that child, she tells you you have no right to correct her child. You have no right to have beaten her child. She takes the child home. She doesn't still correct the child, and the child believes at the back of his mind that what he has done is correct, and he's always going to get the support of his mother in whatever he does. So those kind of children grow up with a mentality or a mindset that whatever they do, they have the support of their mother. So they're going to just go ahead and do it because, their mom will do nothing about it. The kind of mother who sits back and watches the children go ahead to talk about immoral discussions even in their homes at the detriment of the younger kids. No, don't get me wrong. Sex education is very important. But when it becomes a norm in the house, like it becomes very common or normal to talk about sex even in the presence of the younger ones, then it becomes a threat. And it's no longer sex education, becomes a threat. Imagine an older one talking of how many boyfriends she has in the presence of the mom and the younger siblings. What example is she giving out there? And the mom is supporting that kind of conversation or supporting her, encouraging her to go out there and bring more money for them to eat in the house or bring more men who have money. So those kind of mothers, laissez-faire mothers, usually the outcome of their children is they grow up in a very free home where morality is far from them. It becomes very difficult. And in the long run, maybe when the mother ages, the children become disrespectful to her because, they didn't see the value she added in their lives. Especially in the case where one or two of their children meet the Waterloo ahead of whatever evil or negative action they may have been doing with the support of their mom. The mother would take the blame because the mother had the responsibility to guide and protect them, to caution them, but she failed in that duty. So when they meet that Waterloo, the very next person they are going to turn to is their mom, to blame her for whatever repercussions has come with those actions. And now they become very disrespectful towards her, very, very disrespectful. So she loses that control she has over the children when they are of mature age. So that's a laissez-faire mother. She's there, but she's literally not there. As in, she's present like a figurehead. This is my mother, but she doesn't play a vital role in the upbringing of the child. She just lets the child get away with whatever they want or they do. Even if their father, in a case where the parents live together, even if the father tries to scold the child, she doesn't accept or admit that this child is wrong. To her, they should let the child be. She doesn't admit that the parent or the father should scold the child. So that's a laissez-faire mother, an absentee mother. She could either be there and not take active part in the upbringing of the child, or she could either be absent just because she has been called to serve or work.